Hello and welcome to BQ Prime. A very good morning to all the viewers. I am Hiral Dadia. Clearly, if you see in terms of markets, we are below the 19,500 mark. However, we hit a high of 19,523. Advanced decline ratio pretty much favoring the bears in today's session, and clearly there is profit booking at higher levels that is creeping in. You have Bank Nifty as well, which is trying to maintain itself above the 45,000 mark. 45,150 is where Bank Nifty is trading at. But a lot of movers and shakers in trade today. And one of the stocks that we need to actually talk about that listed on the bourses is Idea Forge. Clearly a spectacular listing. 94% is the kind of listing gains that investors have made in today's session. 1305 on BSE and 1300 on NSE. Now, from a valuation perspective, how sustainable this is going to be is something we need to wait and watch, because all the new age companies that have listed in the last 18 to 24 months, post listing gains, we have seen a downtick, and in terms of normalization that has happened in terms of the share price. So this is going to be one of the companies everyone will be eyeing, because one of the first drone manufacturers that have listed on the Indian bourses as well. So that's the story with regards to Idea Forge, big in terms of the defense order book, and the story is going to continue. But moving on, let's look at the other stocks which are making news today. Saurabh Jain, Equity Head Research at SMC Global, joins in. Saurabh, good morning and welcome to the show.
Hi, good morning, Geeta.
Saurabh, let's start with a couple of companies that have been in the news over the last 2 to 3 trading sessions. And if you see good moves that we are seeing on a stock specific action basis, let's start with the CET. Yesterday's session, a 17 to 18% kind of an up move is what we've seen. 10,000 crore market cap is what CET has crossed. Today we are seeing profit booking that's coming in on this counter. But what is the fundamentals telling you, and what would you advise investors to do with tire companies?
Hi. See, if you look at these companies, all the tire making companies are posting good set of numbers in the domestic market. They are putting up good set of show. In terms of raw material cost, the raw material cost has come down drastically, which is leading to the expansion in the gross margins. In case of CET, you can see there is a good amount of double-digit gross margins, operating margins have come in for the March quarter. So the profitability has skyrocketed, and these companies aspire to be the world leaders. I mean, they want to make a good impression in the global markets, especially in the international markets. And the domestic demand is also looking per se very good in terms of if you see the sales that is coming for the SUVs and the two wheelers. These companies are putting up a good show. Uh, the fundamentals are really good, but at the same time, the pricing has become a bit dear. It's a buy on decline strategy for the investor now.
Right, so buy on declines is the kind of strategy that Saurabh has been recommending with regards to tire companies. Moving on from the tire space, a few other names that have been, on the positive track from the auto space is M&M. Yesterday, Smart Moves, the top gainer on Nifty 50. Today as well, the stock is trading in the positive. What would you advise investors to do? Because the SUV portfolio is absolutely strong. They have been building capacity as well, because the delivery and the waiting period is the major downer when it comes to M&M. What's your view?
The management has already indicated that they want to significantly drop down the waiting time for their clients, and they are making up a plan for that also. If you look at the SUV sales, they have posted more than 20% growth in the SUVs in the month of June also. The sales would have been much higher because of the supply side issues. The sales should have been much higher. If you look at the tractor sales volume also, they have posted single digit high growth, and with now the sowing growing smoothly and gaining momentum smoothly, and the problem with respect to the monsoon receding, we expect that the tractor volumes will again gain momentum in the next few quarters. So overall, Mahindra is a kind of a portfolio stock, and if you are holding it, I think it is a story for next 2 3 years.
Right, a story to hold for over the next 2 to 3 years is what we're looking at in terms of M&M. Moving on, Reliance Industries over the last 2 to 3 trading sessions has come in, as a supporting factor. It was pretty much flat and trade earlier. Now we're talking about the demerger already. The ratios have come in. What's your view on the Reliance Industries?
See, if you look all the business verticals are showing good amount of growth.
Hmm.
The oil to chemical business is expected to show good numbers for the June quarters. The Geo is also gaining momentum. Retail sales, if you look at the retail sales, they are showing double-digit kind of a growth. All the businesses are putting up a good show. If you look at the from the bottom of 2200, it has already outperformed the broader markets. It is a kind of a stock which can create alpha for the portfolio. I mean, we are expecting good amount of show for the June quarters and the ensuing quarters, and the demerger story will plan out positively for the investors also. So it's a portfolio stock. If you want to buy it, I think it is a buy on any price.
Right. So that's a buy coming in on that one. Moving on, you have a host of companies which actually have started coming in with their Q1 business updates. Let's start with the real estate player, which is Sobha. Highest ever sales number is what they're alluding to. What's your view on Sobha, and what would you advise investor to do?
See, Shobha has posted good set of numbers. If you look at they have diversified from the erstwhile market from the Bangalore also. The realization have also improved. The cash flow position has also improved. If you look at the overall real estate industry, the new projects are gaining quite a bit of momentum. I mean, if you look at the total sales volume, out of total sales volume, 40% are the new projects that have come up for sale. So I think this is the story which will plan out for the long term, and Shobha is a good proxy for that. It's a whole.
Right. Moving on from the consumption space, you have Dabur India, which has shared their Q1 update. They've said that the business growth has come in at around 10%. The healthcare and HPC businesses have performed well and could achieve double-digit growth backed by mid-single-digit volume growth. What's your view on a Dabur? And secondly, taking the monsoon into consideration, the kind of rural trend that we are expecting to see, how would you place a Dabur?
See, the rural trends are expected to unfold on the positive note, given the fact that the deficient monsoon in the month of June has now abated. July has experienced a good amount of rainfall, and we are expecting the swing has already improved. The company is also expecting that both rural and the urban demand is improving gradually, and with the reduction in the input cost prices and the reduction in overall inflation, it will push up both the sales and the gross margins. But the company has already indicated that they would use the expansion in the gross margin towards their advertisement sales promotion for the future growth, for the next leg of growth coming in the future. So it's a kind of a stable stock. It would be a market performer. It can give the support to your portfolio and the stability to your portfolio.
Right. From the consumption space, moving on, you have a Titan and a peer, which is Kalyan Jewelers, also, which has reported their Q1 update. What do you make out of these two, and what would you advise investors to do? Where would your bets be? Because now you have a third entrant, which is Senco, which is coming in as well.
See, we have seen good amount of volatility coming in the gold prices. Despite that, there is a huge demand in the June quarter, especially on the Akshaya Tritiya season and the wedding season. Both the companies have exhibited a good amount of growth, and both companies are expecting that there would be continued demand. Both companies are adding new stores to their portfolio, expanding their online portfolios also. So we expect that the online jewelry space and the organized player would continue to grow at the cost of the unorganized market. And the Senco is the third entrant. I feel that all these companies put together would continue to show growth momentum in the ensuing quarters.
Right. Moving on, you have a Praj which is seeing some smart moves in today's session, and that is on the back of the partnership with IOC to advance biofuel fuel production. How are you looking at this space, and what would you advise investors to do with the Praj?
See, if with the this JV coming up with the IOC, if things go smoothly, the company is expecting 14 crore per annum kind of a liter demand, especially from this segment. If you look at the order book, also the order book is swelling year on year, and there is a good amount of inquiry for the ethanol also. The company has already posted good set of show, and company and the stock price has also risen in tandem. I expect that the demand and the overall growth scenario would be, positive for the company.
It's a positive growth coming in on that one. Sort of apart from the names that we've discussed, any other picks that you would have as a recommendation for our viewers?
See, the sectors which we like are the banking, capital goods, automobile, hotels. These are the spaces which we like a lot. From the hotel space, I think Indian hotels, chalet are the among are the few which will take the battle ahead. If you look at the Indian hotels, they are keep on adding 2 3 hotels a month to their portfolio with the asset light model approach. The demand scenario looking positive to their advantage, rising room rate, expansion in the operating profit margin. I think the hotel industry is expected to put up a good show. If you look at the capital goods sector, the industry is seeing good amount of growth coming in. The utilization rate of the industry has improved, which is leading to further expansion in their projects. Look at the proxy, Lars and Dubro. They are continuously posting good set of numbers, and the order book is swelling like anything. In the automobile sectors, we have seen good amount of show coming from the Mahindra, and the new launches coming from the Maruti. Even the two-wheelers like Hero Moto, Bajaj Auto are coming up with the new vehicles and entering into the newer segment in which Eicher Motor has a edge. So these are the stories which we like a lot. In the banking space, we expect the larger banks would grow at the cost of the smaller ones. In the private sector bank, our pick is ICICI Bank for that matter. In the public sector space, we like SBI Bank of Baroda. So these are the some of the picks which we like a lot and which we feel that can create alpha for the rest of it.
Right. So these are few of the segments that one should be watching out for as well. Thank you, Saurabh, so much for joining us on the show and sharing those views. A complete DF stock specific action is what we're seeing. And yet, once again, a mention with regards to a stellar listing that Idea Forge has seen in trade today. That's all that we have on this session. Thanks for watching, and lots more lined up on the other side. Please stay tuned to BQ Prime.